speech.
About Toastmasters? I love the creativity and diversity of this group. If you want to go travel to Europe, forget about talking to Rick Steves. Greg Miller's your man. Self-defense, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, don't worry about it. Beverly's your gal. And forget about stamping a letter to the North Pole, just hand it to Renato. Our very own Chris Kringle. Well, now's the time where I get to ask you some questions that you get to respond in 1 to 2 minutes. So here's how this is going to work. I have on my handy device a number of questions and names written down already on who will be picked as a table topics person. You'll have 1 to 2 minutes. Make sure you get to, oh, Christmas tree green, but keep going. Get yourself to Star of Wonder, Star of Light amber, and then go on to Rudolph red. But please don't go to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, because that's when you get hit by a reindeer. And that happened to my grandmother once. All right, so Mark, would you please come up and join me? Thank you, Mark. Mark, pick a number, please, between 1 and 7, and I'll give you your question. 6. 6? Oh, not 6. Okay, well, 6 it is. If you could invite one person, Mark, over the holidays, living or dead, who would that be?
If I could invite one person living or dead over the holidays, I think it would be the astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. Why? I don't know, he was the first person that just came to my mind. Also, no, but seriously though, for those who may or may not know about him, he is one of the most revolutionary type of scientists, philosophers about some of the things outside of our universe, Mars, and some of the astrophysical things, I guess you could say, whatever they are, that the universe has to offer. His perspective is focused on a different train of thought about maybe how we look and process, things in our world. As an example of that, there's this thought process about different types of civilizations that are out there. There's a type 1, type 2, and type 3 civilization. And supposedly we are not and I could be mixing this number up here, maybe a type 1 civilization, and and the other civilizations that we're trying to find out in the universe have already evolved to a point where they're a type 2 or type 3 civilization. Maybe at some point in the future we'll become one of those, but for now we should be, I guess his line of thinking is cautious lest we get zapped or blown off the planet or something like that. So, that's what's coming there.
In case you haven't figured out the theme tonight for these questions, we'll be all around the holidays because we are on the cusp of Christmas, Hanukkah, and what else you might celebrate.
Yellow
Next
Frank.
up will be Alex. Please join me at the front, Alex.
Yellow Frank.
Frank, Dwight.
Frank, I knew that.
And then while Frank's doing that, give a warm round of applause. All right, Alex, our 20 questions, number 6 has been chosen. So pick a number between 1 and 7, excluding 6, please.
Number 4, please.
Number 4. All right, Alex. What do you find most annoying about the holiday season? Even though there's a lot of great joy in the holiday season, there could be things that are annoying to us. So what do you find most annoying about the holiday season?
What I find most annoying about the holiday season, I could probably derive back to my own personality. I like to seek perfection. I always like to go for the exact answer, the highest score. So when it comes to picking a present that's appropriate, I have to try to push myself a step beyond. I want it to be something perfect. Of course, knowing what perfect is, well, that's approaching something that's unattainable. Therefore, it becomes much more difficult than it needs to be for me. I try to figure out what the optimum is, but it becomes increasingly more difficult with each person I try to shop for. Therefore, by trying to figure out the best thing, everything just gets gummed up, but in the end, it all comes together well. I always manage to figure it out, pull it together in the end, and figure out what the best present is. Therefore, it turns out well, and a great Christmas for all.
Thanks, Alex. You know, there is an assessment to take to see if you're a perfectionist. It's a great assessment. It's almost perfect. All right. Also almost perfect is our next table topic victim, Andy. Please join me up front. Andy, 7 questions, 4 and 6 have been taken. What number would you like, sir?
5, please.
Number 5. Number 5.
Unless one of the other ones is
I think this is a great one.
Thank you.
Describe an experience you had in snow or cold weather. You've been traveling around. What's an experience you've had, maybe in Florida, maybe outside of Florida, where you've had cold or snow type weather?
Okay. That's one for anyone's keeping. When I was very little, and by very little I mean I'm not even walking yet, my mom took me for a ride in a little wagon behind her. And this was up north, it was in New York, and it was snowing. And living in Florida, of course, we don't have a lot of snow, so I don't have a lot of snow stories. However, in this case, she's pulling me along, and along the way, I fall out of the wagon. She's not aware of this. Eventually, she figures out that her son is no longer in the wagon, turns around and picks me up out of the snow. I'm far short of a minute, so but that's all there is to the story.
Andy was made for Toastmasters. That was his first icebreaker. All right, Krishna.
I had a feeling you picked on me.
1, 2, 3,
3.
7. 1, 2, 3, or 7?
3.
3. Describe a beloved holiday tradition. What's a holiday tradition that you really love? Tell us about it.
A holiday tradition that I like is to make chocolate cake for the entire family, whether it's my birthday, or Christmas, or Thanksgiving, any type of cake. I personally like chocolate, but other people like carrot cake, like Shlomo, for instance. But I like to have board games and wine and lots of family members around me, like my brothers and sisters, friends and family. And I will be having that next week, so I'm kind of excited for it. But that's about it.
You're lucky man. Chocolate. Excellent. All right, Cheryl. Welcome. A side joy or a side?
Joy.
What number would you like, Cheryl?
What's mine?
You have 1, 2,
7.
7.
3,
I'll
and
take
7.
7.
Somebody pick.
Take 7. Yeah, my numbers got messed up when I started adding people's names to this. So. All right. You know, there's a lot of great Christmas songs, but there are some that are really annoying. What Christmas song gets on your nerves every time you hear it?
Oh boy. Well, I like Christmas songs in general. I can't think of too many that get on my nerves, except for the one that Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I think that's so sad. Because when my daughter was young, and that song would come on the radio, she would cry that her grandma had gotten run over by a reindeer. So that would be one of the songs I don't like very well. However, in general, I like most Christmas songs, and I like to sing Christmas songs. However, no one really likes to hear me sing Christmas songs, so I won't be singing that one. But in general, I like Christmas and Christmas songs and going to Christmas concerts, and for the most part, I like all the Christmas songs.
When I was really young, I used to sing Christmas songs around the house. My brother would say, "You've got a great voice. It's just in someone else's mouth." I've had 6 months of counseling and I can now talk about it. Another person who loves to talk is Anita. Welcome, Anita. All right, Anita, this one's handpicked for you. What is the most memorable gift you've ever given or received? What's the most memorable gift you've ever given or received? Tell us about it.
That is a tough question. I really appreciate Tao's theme tonight, where you embrace the unexpected, because Table Topics, every time I get up here, I'm embracing the unexpected. What is the favorite gift? I have to think about this. I don't think it's a tangible gift. I think it's the gift of being with my family and my friends and the time that we have spent together. And another thing I think is a wonderful gift is just, we were talking about music in the previous question. I love the holiday music. I love the orchestra music. I love to go to Christmas Eve service, the candlelight services in a variety of churches. Music is just, it's a wonderful gift. It's an expression of our soul and all that we feel and hold dear and hold true. And that's all I have to say about your question. Thank you.
Time for one more. And I'm thinking maybe Paul.
Oh, okay. Paul.
All right, Paul. Do you like to watch movies at holiday time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a favorite holiday movie.
Okay, sure. So one of my favorite all-time holiday movies would be The Christmas Story. Red Ryder, BB gun, you'll shoot your eye out. It's one of my favorites. I've literally watched this movie 35 times. And it's such a great Christmas movie. It was actually filmed in Ohio. One of my favorite parts is when Ralphie got back at the bully. As you guys know, I'm a martial artist, and all about defending yourself, things like that. But when Ralphie got back at, I forgot his name, but he was the bully guy, and he thought Ralphie was soft because he was a small guy. Then just one day, while Ralphie was walking to school, he instigated a fight with Ralphie, and Ralphie wasn't taking it anymore, and just went up to him and just beat him up badly. So So, you know, he just got justice. Another part of the movie that I like is the dogs, when the family cooked the turkey, and the mother was cooking all day. She was cooking this turkey all day, and then the neighbor's dogs, the Buccaneers, snuck in, smelled the turkey, and went to town and ate the turkey.
And took the turkey.
And took the turkey. You know, took the turkey and ate the turkey. And so, in conclusion, that's one of my favorites, is The Christmas Story.
No, I triple dog dare you. Stick your tongue out.
Try out.
Well, thank you for everyone for sharing those thoughts and doing that in an impromptu manner. By way of reminder, as you think about voting, not in order of what they came up, but in order of our questions here, Paul talked about his favorite holiday movie, The Christmas Story. Anita talked about The Gift of Music. Christian talked about beloved holiday tradition of chocolate cake. Alex had that annoying about getting that appropriate, perfect present. Andy, the wagon incident in New York when he was growing up. Who you'd invite. Mark had the astrophysicist over. And Song That Gets On Your Nerves, Cheryl shared Grandma Got Run Over by a Rainbow. And let's make sure